What is up guys, this is Harry's Tech and today I'm going to show you what's on my Mac for 2018. And in this video I'm not going to tell you I use this, I use that. I'm only going to show you stuff that I actually use. Because I have a lot of apps on my Mac. I use some, I don't use some, and I use some occasionally. But if I'll talk about everything I use, this video will be extremely long. So let's get started. I'm going to hit the launch pad and I'm going to show you the apps which I use. First are the Apple stock apps. In this, I only use Safari and Mail. So Safari is my choice of browser because it is really good and you get a lot of battery life out of that as well. So that's basically it. And Mail is my choice of email client. If I use any iOS device or macOS device, I use Mail as a mail client because it's really good. Next is iTunes. I switched from Spotify to Apple Music just because Spotify doesn't work in India anymore and I was having some problems with Spotify, so I got an Apple Music subscription which I use on all of my devices. Now, if you want to ask me what any of apps on my launcher does, you can just ask me in the comments below. Because if I will mention all of these apps and what it does, it's gonna take ages. So let's go with the second page of my launchpad. This is Downy. This app is basically used to download any kind of videos from on internet. And then is LastPass. So LastPass is a password manager. Imagine you have 4 or 5 email accounts. Most people keep only one password for all of their email accounts. If one account is compromised, every other account is compromised. What LastPass does is it generates secure passwords for you for 5 different email accounts. You can keep 5 different passwords, and you can store inside LastPass's secret vault. You can have one master password which make sure to keep it very secured, and you can just store it in. Next is Visual Studio Code. So this is like my favorite code editor and this is what I use for coding. And I used to use Sublime Text, but now I use Visual Studio Code because it has a really nice set of plugins and it also comes with Emmet, which is extremely powerful if you are a web developer. So if you haven't tried Visual Studio Code yet, try to give it a chance and tell me how it is. Next is VLC Player. This is a video player, of course. You can play any format in it. Next app I use is this, Bartender 3. So Bartender 3 helps you keep your menu bar clean. So basically this icon right here, all the other apps which you don't want on your bar are here. You can just, they are tucked away nicely in this icon and it just looks like it's integrated with the OS. And other apps like Magnet, Dropbox, Clean My Mac, and Siri, which I rarely use from the menu bar, are tucked in here. So the menu bar is not too cluttered. Next is Photoshop, of course, for thumbnails and stuff. TeamViewer is a remote desktop application. And all the other applications I'm going to skip. And if you want to know what an application does, just ask me in the comments below and I'll answer it. Next, I use Google Chrome as my other browser for debugging stuff, for checking websites that I make, and general for DevTools because it has great DevTools. So I use Google Chrome for that. Illustrator for vector thingies. Then I have Dropbox, this VMware Fusion thingy. I'm gonna skip all of these and come to Handshaker. This is the program I use to transfer files between my phone and my computer because I use an Android phone, and Android file transfer on Mac is really bad and I hate it. So I use Handshaker. Next is Nvidia Now. This is basically a game streaming service and it's in beta right now. So basically you can just play any game from a computer in the cloud with really good FPS. It's just like watching video but it's in the cloud and you're playing the game. But for this, you need a really good internet connection. The speed should be quite good, 50 MB per second recommended. So if you want to sign up for this, you might even have to wait because it's in beta right now and a lot of people are now signing up for it. So that's Nvidia now. Then I have Google Drive, then all of the other things, and this is Magnet. So this is like a nice window manager. So if I have like two windows open here, let's open our Safari there, sorry. Let's open Safari there, and we're gonna open a code window here. So now what it does, if I want this to be on top, I can do that. You just go, this is going to be down and the Safari window is going to be on top of it. So you just click on here and there, oh, I'm sorry, and then top. So it's basically a really good window manager. You can make some real complicated layouts with this one, so you can manage your workspaces better. Also, this also has shortcuts, which I currently don't remember, sorry, but it has shortcuts and you can customize them as well. So that's Magnet, and it's really useful if you are a developer. You can manage Windows quite easily. Amphetamine is another useful app. It prevents your computer from sleeping, so that's that. Now this is Station. The reason I can't open this app on the video because it has my email and stuff like that. Basically what this application does, you can install one app, which is Station, and you can have more than 400 web applications like Todoist, your Gmail, Google Calendar, PayPal, Dribbble, and whatever else you use. There are more than 400 options in this one single app, so you don't have to go to a lot of websites at the same time, open a lot of tabs in your browser to do that. You can have it in one Station window, so which is really nice and organized, and I highly recommend you guys try Station once at least. It's a cool app. Next is Clean My Mac 3 to clean my Mac, FileZilla for my FTP needs, Final Cut Pro if I'm editing on the go or something. I use Premiere most of the time. Then I have all the other apps like Skype, iTerm, which is another terminal alternative, App Cleaner to uninstall apps. By the way, I have another video which is what's on my Mac, which I shot last year. A lot of these apps are already in here with description, so if you want to watch that, just go on that video. Most of these apps are on that video. I'm just showing you what I changed and what I use instead of what now, so it's just a quick update video. Next is Notability. Now this application is really good. It syncs between my iPad, and I take a lot of handwritten notes on iPad, whether it be on JavaScript or whatever. It syncs to my Mac, and it's easier to look at it that way. So basically, Notability, that's the app I use to take notes, and it's a really good app. If you want to know how I take notes on my iPad, you hit the like button or tell me in the comments below that you want to see that video, and I'll make it. Next is IA Writer. I use this app a lot. It's just like a distraction-free text editor which you use to write stuff. It's like a markdown editor. So if you know what is markdown, I'm not gonna get into too much detail that what is markdown, but it's a markdown editor that you can use to write stuff. So I use this all the time to write scripts and stuff like that. I always use IA Writer. It's best editor. I just suggest you guys give that a try as well. And this is Postman. So if you know what it is, this basically helps to check for GET request or POST request on a page. It basically shows you what content a website or something gives if you send a request to it. Now this is gonna get a little complicated, so I'm not gonna get into details about it, of course, but if you are a web developer or software developer, think you should know what is this. It's really cool. So that's Postman, and that's about it for this video. A small little update on what's on my MacBook. It's actually not small, it's past 10 minutes. But anyways, if you still like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Haristech signing out.